Welcome to the One More Rep podcast, where we take it beyond the barbell. I am your host, Mo Dingo, and with me up in the loft, sweating profusely, is Brody. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? I'm not sweating. Mo is.
Yeah, I am.
Mo came in hot today.
I came in hot today. Had a little bit of an emergency at work as I'm transitioning out of the military.
He's retiring.
Yeah, I can't say retire. But we have a special guest today, someone who you hear us frequently mention on the show. We have the one and only Stu Brauer from WTF Gymtalk. What is up, brother?
What is up, guys? Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, we really appreciate you taking the time to jam with us. And see, I'm even still in your verbs, man. You know, come in and jam with us and talk to the One More Rep fam. So you're the owner of Urban Movement in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That is correct.
And you also have your podcast, and it's also, I guess, your business as well, the WTF Gymtalk.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about that and our listeners and kind of get them up to speed on what that is exactly?
So, yeah, I mean, to summarize, I'm a fitness guy since I was 15 years old. Being skinny and ginger is not a good, that's not a good combination for trying to get laid in high school. And so I went to school in Ohio, went, pretty much west of, or east of you guys in Muskingum, outside of Cambridge. Okay. Right. So, and then I found CrossFit in 2005 and then kind of did my thing. I was working in affiliates and I loved them. I'm an exercise physiology major. This is my trade. Like fitness is my trade, but business was not. I had done entrepreneurial shit, like illegal, but I had never taken a business class. To a fault. And, long story short, I ended up leaving the CrossFit scene. It was like, it was 06, 07, 08. And I was like, I love this, but no one knows what the fuck they're doing. I look around, I'm like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. I was working for an amazing gentleman. He owned CrossFit Middle Tennessee and Nashville. That's where I've experienced CrossFit for the first time. And he worked his ass off. I knew what I wanted to do that, but I knew I wasn't going to learn any more there. So I go Globo Gym. So I go 2 years. And back then in 06, like it was us versus them. You taught, it was very aggressive, us versus them. I do Globo Gym for 2 years. I learned everything that I think allowed me to show up in Charlotte with not knowing I didn't know a single human being and do what I've done down here. So I grew this thing. And then simultaneous around 2015, I started lending advice and helping out other gym owners. That became WTF Gymtalk. And now I unofficially did it a while ago, but I officially left payroll for my fitness business that I've spent the past 8 years creating. And I only make, all my money personally as Stu Brauer comes through WTF Gymtalk. And that's my full-time job now.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Talk about the ultimate hustle there. But you mentioned that back in those times, it was us versus them mentality. What made you decide to go work in the Globo Gym industry?
You might not like the idea of like, we're going to get this paid in full client on a 12-month membership and hope they never come in. Like I didn't like that either, but where else are you going to go for business boot camp in like a quick turnaround, like 2 years? I went from a trainer, I worked my way up to training director, which pretty much means, hey, fuckface, do 20 fitness consultations every week. I did 20 hours of consultations every week for, I'd say at least 9 to 12 months, my first year.
Okay.
You know how fucking good I am at, you get really fucking good at sales, really good. You learn how to do a floor pull. As a rookie, they'd be like, floor pulls. You have 3 hours of floor pulls. Floor pulls are where you walk the floor and you go up to the woman that looks like she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. And you'd be like, hey, Sally, mind if I go ahead and show you how to use that correctly? And then actually, instead of using this machine, let me come over and show you how to use this kettlebell. See how it kind of does the same thing? And then let's sit down and discuss your goals. And the next thing you know, I'm selling her a $1,500 PIF. And that was the skill and the fucking thug that I think it instilled in me on the fitness side to where now you have CrossFit gym owners are like, well, did you like the class? Was it okay? I'll email you, instead of closing the consultation, right? Now I'm not seeing aggressive, slimy sales stuff, but knowing what to do in a sales situation, how to hire, how to fire. I mean, my sales goals monthly were insane. If I didn't hit them, I would fucking get fired. It was a great 2 years. But yeah, I had to go that route because unfortunately, none of us, you had the only guys that back then, business wise, John Gilson was doing an amazing job. Rob Wolf's wife, Nikki Violetti, who still has a blog today. Google Nikki Violetti. Those people don't realize they coined and created the on-ramp back in 06, 07. And then Glassman, and that was it. That's all I had. So I had to go find the guys who were doing the business side really well. Whatever, say what you want about Gold's Gym. They've been around for a really long fucking time.
Yeah, and they generate revenue.
Well, I got a question. How come we always pick on Sally? Like, what's up with Sally, bro?
I had to, you have to identify, like there's I'm going to talk and reference clients, and you got to, in branding, every brand has 7 elements to it. And one of the elements is going to be rituals and icons.
Okay.
And when you create your brand, you have to have certain rituals, icons. Lexicon is in there as well. And that's what Sally has become for What the Fuck Gym Talk.
So I do have a serious question so you have a lot of drive and determination. You can just tell that in the passion that you have in the videos that you put out. I remember when you put out a couple of the first ones when you first started talking way back. I mean, how long has it been? About 2 years?
Right. Yeah. 2015-ish.
Yeah. So I remember seeing you. I seen your videos just through, I don't know, random stuff. Where do you get your actual drive and determination and passion? Because I know I get it from my mom. She instilled that into me at a very young age. She grew up pretty tough, and she had to grind to make everything for herself. She's successful realtor in Ohio, one of the top, if not the top, and it's been passed on to me. So did someone pass that on to you?
Yeah, I'll give you guys something that I've never given anyone. I've never talked about it on air. I'm a self-driven individual. My dad passed away when I was 16. He committed suicide, and at 16 years old, that's one of those things that can really rock you. And you generally could probably hear like, oh shit, his dad killed himself at 16, and then the heroin addiction came, or his dad killed himself at 16. And then he decided to just go out and start, kicking ass and taking names. I didn't have a father. Like I didn't have like a hardcore father figure. My mom's single mom working. Yeah. You got to learn to pick up your own fucking pants and learn to do your own shit and do your thing. I would say that's definitely one of the bigger driving influences, but I'll tell you this. I reckon in 2005, the first thing when I first saw CrossFit, I knew what it was going to be. And that has always been the thing, like looking at it, like I know that's going to work. I'm all in, right? From literally it was the Bear Complex video, old school, like a 2006 video. I saw the Bear Complex, Freddie Camacho and Jolie and whatever doing it. I knew I'm like, this is it. This is going to crush. I'm going all in on it. And I did for a while. And I just kind of that instinct and to run with it. But then to go to Globo Gym was just me knowing I really sucked at that side of the business. I needed to go learn that. And I think a lot of my kind of bravado and the stuff is because I feel truly confident. I did a call out. I called out everybody that's in my line of work, and in a nice way, like Cooper and Craig Patterson and all these guys that I love, and I would call them a colleague or a friend, even if we don't really know each other like that. And I said, I want to argue with you fuckers. I want to do like an ESPN analyst show where we talk like around the horn, where we put a topic up and I argue you on your topic because I think your method is fucking like we, point, counterpoint. Yeah. I'm just fucking confident that I know what I'm talking about. Because again, I've been doing this since I was 15. I'm 32 now.
I think that's
go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is time and reps like anything else.
Nice. I think that's often a lost trait is, as I see in other owners and other businesses is when you realize something like you did, you knew that you're weak in an area with the Globo Gym. Instead of just saying, yeah, I'm weak in it, you attacked it. And that's a problem I have with even owners in this area and across the world is they see the issues and then they ignore the issues and then they bitch about what happens because they ignored it instead of taking it by the horns and like saying, you know what? Now I'm the first, like if I suck at something, I'm going to find out everything I can about it. I'm going to learn everything I can about it. And then I'm putting my own spin on it. Like, cause I'm not, you know what I mean?
The thing that really, because it allowed me is because I was one of the first, I admittedly, and I was written off like black sheepish within my small ecosystem of CrossFit owners and things like that to go when I sold out and went Globo Gym for 2 years. I completely left my job, right? But I've always been I'm going to be a student of the fitness industry, not like every other CrossFit gym owner that's stuck in their four fucking walls. They're 2 CrossFit affiliate owners groups and what CrossFit Inc. does. They don't have a fucking clue, right? That's why I fly around and I go fuck with companies like, Box and Flow in Manhattan and, Shred 415 in Chicago. And I fuck with the metabolics and I look at these other models. And, that's why I've switched to urban movement. Everyone's like, man, why are you doing this with our movements? Because I see shit you don't, fuckface. Because you
go
literally
out and do the research. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not even research. I just go and I taste different stuff. Yeah. Like someone who calls himself a beer connoisseur has probably drank a lot of fucking beers. Don't tell me you are a CrossFit gym you're a fitness connoisseur and you've never done anything but live inside your 4 walls of your affiliate. Like you're not a fitness industry connoisseur. I think you just maybe have a really good idea how to run that one shop. And the other thing that I'm really prideful on, I did not build my business on the back of CrossFit like so many. I was ESC Mobile Fitness. I partnered with apartment complexes and had 1099 trainers that when you signed a lease in an apartment complex, you got a complimentary fitness consultation from a trainer at ESC Mobile Fitness. We had shirts that said, "Why leave home?" That was our slogan. I built that business very successfully. Then I went to boot camp in the park, and then I went brick and mortar. And then in 2011, I did CrossFit South End. So I was like, oh, you're turning your back on CrossFit with your urban movement things. Like, eat a dick, brother. I built this shit on my own.
From the ground up, yeah.
Yeah, this is like, I can switch gears any way I want on it. And again, if I'm wrong, and on this show on, June 29th, fucking 2018, and we go back in 3 years, like, Stu, they found out CrossFit cures cancer, and Stu reverted back and he fucking backpedaled back to CrossFit. Fair enough. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm not here for to say that I'm right. I'm here to just say that I've tested and tried things, and I'm not afraid to be wrong.
And I'm a huge advocate. We talk about on our podcast all the time. It's not CrossFit or die. I love CrossFit. Mm-hmm. I believe in what CrossFit can do for you physically, mentally, emotionally. And, as an entire community, it's great. I believe in it. Obviously, I own a gym. But fitness is fitness to me. I think as long as you're getting your ass off the couch and trying that 100 push-ups and trying to find out about yourself, like you said, I think that's where it's all at. And people forget that. There used to be this huge bash between, CrossFit and Globo gyms. Like, I don't care. Like, I'll hit freaking buys and tries. I don't care. You know what I mean? Well,
and not even that. What most CrossFit gym owners don't realize, you hear this in those affiliate owners forums, where do I find good people? I'm like, I guarantee you one of the weakest thing in your gyms is sales. And if you weren't such a narrow-minded fuck, you would go and get a membership at the local Globo gym for 6 months, and you'd go there and work out there 3 days a week, and you would look for the most charismatic trainer, the one who constantly, you saw him just always with clients, you saw him doing consultations, because the economics of a Globo gym could never, at a trainer's level, offer what a CrossFit gym owner could or gym could financially from a payment compensation. Now, when you get higher up, like I was a district manager and a VP and even the training directors, like that can get tough. But honestly, gym owners, like affiliate owners, like, I don't know where to find anyone. I'm like, go to the local breeding ground for these people and hire off skill, not coaching ability.
Yeah.
Hire off their ability to sell or do customer. Do not hire good coaches. Don't hire them. If you're looking for coaches, there are 10 fucking level ones every goddamn weekend. That is 600 motherfuckers getting a level one. There's no shortage of people that be a coach. Don't look for good coaches. Look for good people
personalities
and good coaches. Yeah. I'm a big believer. I do not hire on skill. I hire on personality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because just because you're a great athlete doesn't mean you're a great coach.
Yeah,
and that's
Isaac.
And that's the analogy I've given before, like with, God bless him, and I love him as athletes, watching him as a kid, but like Larry Bird and Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I think part of the issue they had is because they were such amazing athletes, they didn't understand how people couldn't perform at their level. Like, why can't you get 40-10-10 every night? I used to do it.
Yeah.
And
Bill Belichick probably sucked dick in football.
Yeah, and Brody talked about that, where
that's my biggest
he
comparison.
just sat and listened, and he got his hustle on, and eventually got the opportunity to coach, and then now look at him.
No, he did exactly what Stu did, and the fact that he was an errand boy when he first started. He used to just run errands back and forth between the coaches, and he sat there and he talked about how much. I'm a huge Browns fan, anyways, but he sat there and listened to all these people back in the day. He worked with some Hall of Fame coaches and that were above him, and they weren't Hall of Fame then; they are now.
Yeah.
So he took all that knowledge, and then when he had his opportunity, he jumped at it. He's with the Browns, and then we got sold by the asshole, and then he went into the
Patriots. Dude, being a kid, people are like, "Where do you swear for attention?" I'm like, no, listen, I grew up in a very Irish American household when Art Modell sold, and then all the way leading up to when we came back in 1999. You grow up on Sundays literally screaming "fucking" at the TV. Like, that's real.
Yeah, it is real talk. I mean,
that's real. Like, that's just what I grew up with. Like.
So you're going to talk about Isaac. You talk a lot about
on
your show, and
Isaac. It's she's not here now. I'm telling everybody, everyone's asking where she is, and I'll either tell her I fired her or that she's out clubbing baby seals in Antarctica just to paint a fucked up picture of her.
She's on vacation.
Isaac, she's on her honeymoon.
Okay. Tell her we said congratulations.
I will. This has been a while. I was a bridesman in her wedding. I was literally on her side of the aisle. Me and Isaac, we have this brother-sister kind of relationship kind of scenario. Isaac had zero coaching skill. Like, she coached softball in college. She had never done anything. This chick literally, Isaac's going to be the one to oversee the next locations that we do here in Charlotte. Like, this chick is such a mutation of all the amazing things that I think I have from running a fitness business and all the amazing things I don't have. She's so fucking dangerous. My thing is, like, I don't know if people are slipping her DMs in the fucking behind my back, like, dude, listen, I'll pay you fucking twice what Stu's paying you to come work for me kind of scenario. But no, going back to that, I hired Isaac on. She had an infectious smile.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's where it starts.
That was it.
Yeah.
It just starts there. Like, she is just the most inviting person, and she's got a good fucking head on her shoulders. And again, it's personality over skill.
Now, one of the things I really appreciate about you and your show is that you're brutally honest. And in a society where everyone's uber sensitive and everybody wants to feel good about everything they say, do you feel that because you're honest, that has led to your success?
I don't think there's a success. Like, there's not a lot of, again, it's a small pool. Like, literally, it's me, it's Cooper, it's Khalifa, it's Berger, it's like whatever. Mm-hmm. But I mean, again, it's a small pool. There's not a lot of competition. There's almost 15,000 affiliates, like 9 other guys, if they put up decent content. See, that's the thing. Like, look at what Coop did. Coop wrote books. Mm-hmm. That's his jam, right? He's like the guy, he's the first guy, right? He's got, Coop is like the guy, right? And then you just have to have your own voice. And then Patterson, I love Craig's a good dude. I think Craig's got his own voice. I think I just had my voice. And I think some people were able to resonate with it. Now, on that flip side, a lot of people do not resonate with it, mm-hmm. right? Like the fucking DMs and comments when a video comes out on the dog video, or I tell people like, hey, your on-ramp thing might be broken, and people like, they don't like that very direct whatever. I'm not going for likes. And again, this is a non-scalable thing. The cool thing about my gig is, and my clients know this, if I turn the fucking faucet off on them tomorrow, it's done. Like, if God forbid something happened to my kid or my wife, Isaac died and I had to come back and run some shit for a while, I could turn the faucet. I'm not trying to scale What the Fuck Gymtalk. What the Fuck Gymtalk has bigger plans, but it is not, I'm not trying to grow the world's largest consulting. That's not the fuck. I've got a gym that makes me all my money. I just decided to do this right now because I fucking love it. I really love teaching Sally how to get a pull-up since I was 15. Mm-hmm. Not that I don't enjoy that anymore, but I'd much rather teach gym owner Johnny how to not fuck his payroll up. Yeah. So it just, so that's been, I think my success has just been an authentic voice and content. I'll go toe to toe. I think I put out more fucking content than anybody. And I think it's really simple. Like, man, what would gym owners like? You know what? I bet you if I do a screen share and it's one gym owner on one side asking me a question and my face on the other giving a really good answer, and I put that out consistently for a year and a half, I bet you motherfuckers would pay me money. That's not that hard of a business idea. Like, it really isn't that bad, right? Like, it's just like, that makes sense. Like, all good ideas are recognized by everybody. It's the cocksucker that gets out of the shower and actually goes in and executes on that good idea. And that's all I did, is I just executed on content every day, 4 or 5 times a day. That was, content was my wife hates that fucking word. She hears me say that word, she'll kill me. But now I've got a media team and it's a lot easier to mass produce this stuff. Yeah. But in the beginning, that was my life. Googling and YouTubing how to use iMovie. Mm-hmm. I just dive so deep into making content that there was no, there's a saying, right? If you make 100,000 videos, one of them is going to go viral. Yeah. Guaranteed. I'm not at 100,000 videos, but I'll tell you that I'm trying. Yeah. And I'm not even a gym owner, but I do use a lot of what you say, like even in my professional life in the military, in terms of how you approach people and how to get people to coach and upsell the military or whatever it is. So yeah, you've given me a lot of, tools to add to my tool bag. So a lot of props. Well, thank you, bro. Thank you for listening. Yeah. So you've used success a couple times. And my thing is, people try to define my success and I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, I know if I'm successful or not. I really don't care what you say. So how do you feel about that? People are on the outside looking in, talking shit through the DMs. You really don't care. And people talk shit about our gym because we're doing stuff that they should be doing that they ain't doing. And, it's just the reality of it. So I know what I determine as successful. What about you? I think I've got I've got the opposite problem, right? I've got a fund rags the richest story, making 3 figures in a boot camp to owning $1 million building, right? That's a very that's the thing I get is when I do what I call walk the walks, and gym owners come on site for whether it be 2 days a week, 1 hour, whatever it may be. I make sure they really understand real quick. Don't get it fucking twisted. Like, this thing is, I did a podcast on this today with the Alex Hormozy and the Iron Tribe thing. don't get it twisted. Like successful is like success is like looking at someone who's like, they made a really, like, you ever see like People Are Awesome? That Instagram handle is just people doing amazing things.
Yeah.
That's the one take they got it right, fuckface. Like literally, do you know how many times that kid on the skateboard ate shit trying to grind on that rail? Or the guy who shot the basketball 100 yards off a trampoline while his hair's on fire or whatever the hell it may be? Like that's what I tell people. Don't judge success by what you see. Listen to like like come in and experience, or like, and again, dig deep. Like, so you think someone's successful? That's what the walks happen. I don't think it was people trying to call me out. I think it was people like really curious behind the Wonka factory kind of scenario. And I just started getting requests. How much do I have to pay you to come down and just spend time inside? And I want to see if things are actually happening, or do you just have a really funny front of the, really pretty front of the building? And I loved it. That's how that started. I was like, come see, I'll fucking show you. So yeah, I think success is way too visual in an Instagram world where everyone is the best PR version of themselves. And yeah, I've got an entire segment that we're looking to roll out where it's literally a weekly shot of checking accounts balances, right? Literally showing like when there's a lot of money in there and when it's all fucking gone, and when it's this and P&Ls, and like, because that's one thing that nobody's showing in the fitness scene, is showing P&Ls and showing raw numbers and this, that, and the other thing. And we've got an entire series we've been throwing around of like actually going ahead and like filming me going to the ATM and be like, look, the checking account's low. This shit, this is what happened. Like, this is real. This is real fucking life. I'm not driving around on a fucking Learjet.
Right.
Like, this is a real business like anybody else's.
Yeah, I think that's what people often do is they I'm not no $1 million building like you, but I think success can be determined by, I don't know, culture, the way your gym runs. People respect, I guess, can be something that really, or people think you're successful, but the ups and downs of a business is just ridiculous. And I think people don't understand that the grind that it actually takes to get to that next step. And then you got to grind to the next step, and they just see something.
But this is good. If you had to quantify real quick, what would you say success? Like, if another gym owner came to you, we're going to have this conversation. What is one thing that you look for, you personally, from a quantifiable standpoint, as to whether the gym is successful? So it's an if-then statement.
First and foremost, my success is determined. I truly base it off our atmosphere as a gym. I mean, I really do. And the atmosphere is something that it sounds so easy and simple, but it's abstract, so it's tough to quantify. Yeah, you can't.
But the nice thing about go ahead.
I know why I started this gym, and I know why I continue to do this, and that is to, it sounds stupid. Change people's lives, but I'm giving them an escape from reality every single day. And we created this atmosphere that is unmatched, and that's what we sell it on. Is we are unmatched in our atmosphere where everybody's welcome, everybody has a good time. There's no drama, no clicks, no nothing. And people are like, "Well, how do you do that?" I'm like, "It takes work. It really does. You can't let little things slip as far as that, and you can't let if you let a crack in the surface, it's going to start flooding eventually." And it isn't quantifiable by money, but happiness to my members, that's more important to me than any amount of money.
Sure. And again, for your audience, and I know you guys have a lot of people who are CrossFitters that just listen because they like the business side of it. They're all kind of curious. I bet you a lot of them are aspiring owners at one time. Like I think a lot of CrossFitters are. They come to that gym every day and like, oh my God. So to give everyone a little bit of value on this, and any of the gym owners that listen, I love that. I love the abstract because I think you need that. I think it keeps us balanced, right? I'm very big on balance. Like you can be very quantitative, but you got to have some abstract to it as well. If I just had to, an if-then statement, one of them that I use is, how long has your longest employee been with you, and how much do they make? Tell me those two things, and I can instantly tell you how well the business is doing financially.
Right.
I also, if I fucking kidnapped you today and I took you out of it, is the business surviving or thriving, or is it going to go right down the shitter? I'm a big believer in, and it's very, because it pings me on What the Fuck Gym Talk on this statement. But sure, if your business has not created careers, you don't own a fucking business. You bought yourself a job, which might be fine. That's all I did with What the Fuck Gym Talk. I went from training Sally for $70 an hour to working with gym owners for $300 an hour.
Right.
And and you even went through that with your own business when Isaac had to leave for a little bit.
Yeah. Isaac, she's still gone right now. She should be right fucking over there, and she's not. clubbing baby seals in Antarctica. Should have come back with a brand new pair of fucking seal Uggs. Anyway, but yeah, I do think it's important though at some point to have a quantifiable, your own personal one. And, you know, mine has always been replication. Can I walk away from the business and I can replicate it? So when we do our second location, like if I get this urban movement thing right, this idea, this concept I have of what urban movement is, if I get it right here and I do a proof of concept for 2 to 3 years and then I replicate it in the next location and then that's right, cool. That's success to me if I've done it more than once. It's like, it's your clients, for all your listeners, those of you fuckers who get a double under and your coach is like, great job, do it again. And you're like, I can't. I don't really know how it happened. And they're like, because you didn't actually have a double under. You accidentally got one. That was not your fucking double under. It was a goddamn mistake. Like the muscle up kid who gets one and they're up at the top. They're like, oh my God, I got it. And you're like, well, cool. Come back down and do it again. They're like, well, I can't.
Right.
It's because you didn't train for it. You didn't plan for it. It's a fucking mistake. I don't want any of these businesses that I talk to and work with to be mistakes. I want to be like, well, fuck yeah, I make $50,000 a month. I did this, and this for 8 years.
I do listen to as many videos as I can in between whatever I'm doing. And, you know, a lot of stuff I hear is, like you just said, your quantifiable is how much do you pay your lead trainer or I guess, what do you call it, coach, owner?
Isaac's a GM, Deuce is an assistant GM. Yeah.
So how much you pay them and then you quantify it by that. And, you know, that's, I guess, I'm not on that level. And it's not that I don't want to be. This is not my direction. So
no, I get it.
And I've talked to you, and you know, you made a great comparison as you like to go to your favorite dive bar when you visit to other locations in the city. And I think that's probably some things that, you know, I don't take offense to. I really don't care. You know, I take your opinion. I take any knowledge I can get from your video, and then I'll use it if I can. But I know my direction, and I think people are trying to get too twisted on that. Oh, I need to do this, or I need to do that. I need to do this. I don't believe in that. I think you should do what you believe in.
I agree.
And then if you want to take that next step, like you do help all these other gyms, then they need to seek someone like you out.
100%. And for anyone who's not, you know, what we're saying here, what Brody's mentioning, I've referred to, I'm a big aesthetics first guy. Really, I truly believe in a series of 2018 with the Orange Series of the world and all these other models. I do believe aesthetics eventually, depending on where you're at. When you're in rural, you know, middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, it's less important than when you're in fucking, you know, Chicago. Right. But, you know, I do believe aesthetics matter. But here's the thing though, I was in a fucking dive bar, 7,500 square foot warehouse, shithole. I did my best to make it the nicest shithole possible. But you just, when you have that dive bar thing, your brand matches it. I went up to Box and Flow up in Manhattan, and it is like you walk up the steps and it's almost like you shouldn't be up there. And this is like a micro gym model, a hybrid of boxing and yoga. But she owns it. Mm-hmm. She fucking owns her entire image and the brand. And I think that's all it takes. You don't have to look pretty. I don't care how you look, as long as you fucking own it though. But absolutely own it, right? And accept the ramifications of this, that, and the other thing. So when I go to the dive bar here in Charlotte, they don't have Hibiki, which is fine. But when I'm in the mood for that, if that's what I want, I just don't go there. If I'm looking for a more upscale thing, I go somewhere else, kind of scenario. And you just have to accept. You can't be somewhere like, man, why is no one paying $225 here, but they're paying $225 at the gym listed a mile down the road? It's like, because that place doesn't have rust on the toilet seat, asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, aesthetically, all of our aesthetics. I mean, we just dropped about, I don't know.
I actually was good. I was creeping on your gym. You have a very nice looking gym, I think. Yeah. I was on your. You need to get more Google reviews. How long have you been there?
Trying. Yeah, that's hard. We've been here 4.5 years.
4.5 years. You don't have 20 fucking Google reviews. 19. God damn it, Brody, get that up,
bro. I am trying. Like everybody goes.
Hey, everybody that's listening that's ever been here, Stu's mandating you give a Google review.
And listen, don't do that bullshit where you just give the 5 reviews. You have to give context. The algo knows when you just click the 5. And here's the thing, though. All of Brody's clients, do not do it all at once. Spread that shit out.
Yeah. And all you other gym owners and athletes out there, you know, listen to Stu. He understands this stuff.
A little bit, yeah. Obviously.
Just a little bit.
But, you know, all of our aesthetics is not done to attract customers or clients. All of our stuff is done for our members. Anything I do is for them. And I honestly, that's what we believe in. Like, if you're going to join our gym and you care solely what we look like, then that's just not how we fucking roll. I mean, that's just not how it is. And
but you guys look good. Your fucking lifting platforms are color coded. And you guys have you have a good looking gym.
Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, we just spent about $8,000 in remodels. We, redid both bathrooms and installed a bar inside of our lobby and redid hardwood floors and stuff. But that was all for our members because they spend most of their time here. Honestly, they literally leave their freaking job. They come here and they're here for 3 hours pretty much every night.
Your kid zone looks amazing. I would just fucking chill in one of those bean bags and just fucking melt and just chill and just fucking, it's just, I need Netflix and we're good.
And Brody's not giving himself enough credit here because, like I said, I met Brody through purely business. He asked me to DJ an event. Just so happens our personalities mended. And now we're doing these podcasts together. But the one thing from the very first time I walked in to even when I walk in today is the word that comes to mind is genuine. He's genuine. His athletes are genuine, and anybody that walks into this business. I will testify to that. Maybe I should give you a Google review too, dude. My bad.
Yeah, what the hell? You know you got me a Google review, Mo.
Jesus.
What?
Look at this motherfucker.
You're on the brink to make me cry, and then you stab me in the heart. You can get me my 20th review. I got 19. I just checked yesterday. I checked yesterday. I'm like, why can't I get my Google reviews up? The ones we do have are usually drop-ins.
Guys, text. Don't email. Text 5 to 8 clients because only 2/3 of them might do it. Every week and just have a running tally every week. Just say, hey, listen, and don't ask for a review. Ask them to share their story. Okay. And then what happens is it ends up being a review for you. Don't ask for the review. That's selfish. Ask for them to share their story. And that way you'll get a couple sentences worth and they're going to leave you 5 stars. And again, that's the better way to do it. And you text them with the link, the Google link ready. So they don't have to go to Google and search. Make it easy for them. 5 to 8 per week. In the course of 2 months, you've doubled or tripled your Google reviews. Your SEO's up. It's just all good things.
Yeah, you hear this?
Yeah.
I've been emailing them. I've emailed them.
Yeah.
Cut email out. Go text. Go all text.
Yeah, but statistics though, I think what open rate on email is like 10 to 15% if you're lucky.
Oh, so a good gym, I've got a MailChimp, like our members that pay me, love me, and want to hear from me, only 40%, maybe 50% on a good email open. Text message, here, where's my fucking phone? So I know you guys on the podcast can't see this, but like literally, and your guys' phone's the same, I currently have 2 unread text messages. They probably came in while I was talking with you fine fellas. Mm-hmm. I've got 4,700 unread emails.
Yeah, right.
No text, text, everyone opens every text. There's no such thing as a text that just was left forever unopened. Mm-hmm. They might not respond, but every fucking text gets open. Look into Scipio, look into some kind of text messaging client. We've gone fully text. We literally only email with prospects maybe at the very beginning for like a formality. Go all in on Scipio, go all in on text messaging. It will increase conversions and communication. It is so much more streamlined because it's how we fucking communicate.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're at 83% typically on our emails, but we don't have as many people as you. But still, it's 83%.
Well, no, 83% is still great. But also, too, it's also you look at I've got a very transient community. You probably have people that are sticking around. They live in that town. They how do you pronounce it? It begins with a peep. Piqua. That's it. It's right outside of Dayton, correct?
We're actually in Dayton.
You are Dayton. Okay.
Yeah, so we're about 7 to 10 minutes from downtown Dayton. So we're in.
So I've got clients in downtown Columbus. I got a CrossFit Grandview and Friendship down there, and I'm planning on coming down for Jeff. We just started working together.
Oh, when you come
so we're
down,
going to start. This thing is I want to come down and party for an Ohio State game, but we got to get together.
Oh, absolutely.
What percentage of your audience do you say CrossFitters versus owners?
We're
as far as the show,
man.
I'd say it's probably like 90-10.
90 CrossFitters.
Yeah.
Every CrossFitters listening right now, and nod your fucking head in your car as you're driving right now. There's a part of you every day when you leave your 9-to-5 job, if it doesn't give you fulfillment, that you're like, man, I think I could do this, or I would want to do this. Mm-hmm. And again, I think listening to guys like you, and whether you ever fucking sweet talk Mo into opening up the, access number 2, right? Whatever it may be. I just think documenting that, it's the selfless thing. Remember I talked about doing one thing every single fucking day?
Yeah.
You document, you make a little fucking 90-second journal every day. Like, hey, today was great. We signed up 6 people. Shit, today was horrible. I lost my top coach. Hey, you do that. I mean, what did Kelly Starrett do? We built a $10 million company on the back of making a 2 to 7 minute video every goddamn day for a year. And again, even if his thing hadn't popped, he would have helped 365 fucking people out at the least, because at least one person would have watched and learned where to shove the lacrosse ball in their asshole to relieve their tight glutes.
Yeah. And I think this podcast is pretty cool in the fact that, you know.
Oh, I think it's great. You guys are you guys at 10K yet? Is that official or
we're on the road, on our way to 10K. That's our new marketing slogan.
Right now. Yeah, we're going
to. Oh, well, I'm good. When you guys I hope I can help get you guys there and shove this thing down the throats of gym owners to go fucking listen. Cause I'd love to hear that 90-10 go to almost half and half. Cause I truly believe what you guys both have I know you guys talk on, I listened to the two you sent me and I've listened to more of your stuff. And I think, I think you've got a huge opportunity to do a little bit of damage and help on the business side. But clients like that. Do you know how many of my clients listen to What the Fuck Gym Talk, where I'm talking about doing price raises on these fuckers and how I'm switching the brand? Do you know how easy it is to walk out in there and send a newsletter like, hey, we cut this, we're doing this, we're doing that. And they're like, I saw that coming. I listened to it. You know, like we heard. Like it's a lot easier too. Sean Ryder, he does a great job at it. He shares everything on the gym's page. Yeah. And his clients are really in his fucking head. They know what he's thinking and why, and they have a ton more respect for the decisions. I think you've got a lot of potential there.
With that transparency, comes a lot of comes followers.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
And then you guys got to start. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy you said that about the 90-10 or the gym owners trying to get to 50-50 because, in all honesty, this is why we continue to do what we're doing is for the people listening. It really is. So Mo asked me to do this podcast, and he didn't know, but I've been taking notes, my diary, of things that just pissed me off, things I was frustrated with in the community. I hate the direction. Like, I hate how sometimes one community is great, and then I go to Columbus, and their community is spectacular. I love it, and I love to go to Columbus, and when we compete, get to see everybody. It's like a big party. So I have all these things I've written down. He asked me to do this podcast, and I was like, I didn't want to, but if we can help our own members and open that up, but we're getting people like from all over the world that are messaging us with these issues that are everyday things that we're hearing from all across the board, and they feel like they're not alone. Finally, that they're not.
They don't feel crazy.
Yeah, they don't feel crazy. That they don't feel this. That they're only ones that feel this way, and that we're giving them a voice. And I think
absolutely
that's what we're really hanging our hat on. Is like.
Because if there's 15,000, if there's 15,000 CrossFit gyms, a ballpark, and let's call it at least 100 members at each one. I mean, you guys saw the numbers of the people who did the open. I mean, like, there's a lot of people out there that have these feelings and thoughts and all that other stuff. And the only thing I would recommend for your shit, you got to do what Shrug did. You guys got to vlogcast it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys just care. And again, I'm not saying caricature in a bad way, but Mo is just like Mo, again, you guys just have this, like, Mo's got island notes or Far Eastern notes, and you're fucking white as shit, and like you guys just juxtapose well. You guys would do well on fucking camera. I would watch it. If people watch fucking Bledsoe and his beard, they would watch you too. Right?
Yeah, it's funny you said that.
I'm telling you.
We just got a message from a girl that listens to us in London, and her friend works for Twitter, and she said, "Are you guys putting video on Twitter?" I'm like, I don't know anything about Twitter. Can your friend help? So, like, we are. We're trying to learn this as we go, man.
You're doing, I know. You guys are doing a podcast. You're getting the 10K. I'm telling you, if you switch the medium and go to video with the podcast, and it doesn't take anything else, you just set up the video camera, recording what you're doing now. I guarantee you, your next issue is 6 digits. You're like, oh, cool, we're coming up on 100K. Yeah, like that's just. I mean, it's as simple as that.
It's exponential. I mean, YouTube is the second most used search engine.
Oh, it's significant.
Yep.
It's significant, man. It's crazy how much better, because there are some people that will only consume this with headphones. Right. And there's gonna be plenty of people that like the interaction. Like my TV is hooked up to my Alexa, so I can go ahead and say, hey, whatever, Alexa, go ahead and play the latest Casey Neistat video. I'm a huge Casey fan, right? Mm-hmm. And so I can watch that, and I like seeing certain things visually. When you're good vision, and again, I think you guys would be just fine. I know it's like, I mean, look at Stern. You know, when people watch the Howard Stern show, now they were watching to see tit. Yeah. But like, again, it's the same thing. Joe Rogan. You know, when people watch his podcast.
Yeah. No,
the only reason I went podcast is because I had people tell me I listened to your videos, and I went nuts because I spent a lot of money on video. I was like, what do you mean you listen to it? You got to watch with your eyeballs. They're like, no, man, I'm pushing the Bulldog Scrubber on a Monday. I got to listen to it. I was like, fuck me, because I'm not a podcast guy. I don't listen to them really. I don't engage with them a ton. And so, I had to switch that up because it's selfish of me to not. It is fucking selfish of you two to not give more of yourself if that's what you're trying to do with this podcast and give the people their voice.
Damn it,
to not
Stu.
go video.
Damn it.
I'm telling you, it'll be the best decision you ever fucking made with this thing. You'll feel like people will, I'm telling you, you're going to access an entirely different audience.
Yeah.
What about people who are deaf? What then? How are they fucking?
No, I'm actually working on that because one of my athletes, she is deaf, and I've
Yes.
been working behind the scenes to try and figure out a way to get that
I'm telling you.
without hitting a specific price point. So
no, it's cool for you to jump on here and you did interject your knowledge on the business side, but I was telling Mo, I was like, I really want to keep this to where you have an opinion, and I like to hear it, and you're very direct. And I think that, like Mo said, we're missing that in this freaking world. People are too tiptoey and afraid to say stuff. And I like how you do keep it real because it's almost becoming a lost art amongst, in my opinion, some other business owners. And I think that we could dig into these topics that are, we just went all over the board, really.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. I appreciate that.
And this was fun. Yeah. And it's just, when you have real individuals, this is just common.
Yeah.
That's why I bring the video camera guy with me anytime I go fuck with another gym owner that I think is going to we're going to have some good back and forth, because this here isn't contrived.
No, it's not scripted.
This just happened.
Yep.
Speaking of which,
scripted.
I got another one for you, dude. I was going to bring this up, but I got so John Swanson from Granite Games, he made a post on the affiliate forums. And
it was about the Open.
It was just...
Yeah, it's probably one of the ones I got kicked out of that I can't see. But.
Yeah. And so I've been kicked out of it once. They reinstated me. But so I'm like, this is fucking like 2 a.m. And I'm like, I tried not to engage, even though I want to. I've erased so many more things than I've hit send on. But I'd engaged, and we got in this back and forth. And I just finally said, look, bro, I'm done. I'm done wasting I'm going to go back to my Xbox. As soon as that happens, he sends me a private message and wants to talk. And I'm basically like, look, man, you
feel this way, I feel this way.
Yeah, you feel this way, I feel this way. We're never going to agree. Just like, that's the reality of it, okay? It's cool. Yeah. He messaged me back. He's like, I respect that.
Yeah.
So, and then we literally went on to have about an hour conversation back and forth on Messenger. And so I told Mo, I was like, a lot of people are so afraid of conflict. But I truly believe that so much resolution and things get done through confliction. Because Mo had an idea on this podcast he wanted to do a certain way. When he brought it to me and then I was on board, like I finally accepted it. I don't look what's in front of me. I look what's way out in front of me. Like I don't, and then all that shit in between is just a process to get there. And I think that so much can be done if you bring up conflict with someone. You don't have to be a dick or an asshole or whatever, but you can talk about some real hard stuff. And then what comes out of that is really what this podcast kind of came out of. This was not his envision, and it was his idea, but he brought it to me. I brought my ideas, and he wasn't taken back like, hey, this is my idea, this is my thing. He's like, you know what? Yeah. And then I listened to him too, because that's what it takes. It takes two people listening to each other.
The only reason we have anything in this world, everybody listen up, write this down, get a tattoo on your fucking arm. The only reason that we have anything in this world is because two people saw it differently.
Yeah.
Differences in opinion are the only reason anything fucking exists. That's it. Someone saw it one way or was being done one way and someone thought differently. It's the only reason the iPhone exists, that this is happening, like anything, is because someone saw it differently than somebody else. And what the magic thing is, that's why, I'm speaking for the second year in a row at the Iron and Mortar Conference. And I love their tagline. Competition makes us faster. Mm-hmm. Collaboration makes us better.
Yeah,
totally. Like that's one of my favorite taglines. And I truly do believe that. And I think having and again, Swanson, me and John disagree on a lot of shit. I believe if you're membership only revenue stream, you're fucked. You're just fucked. If that's your only revenue stream, you're fucked to the point that you can't have certain things in your business. You have to accept that. And me and John disagree on this. And I've even done it to where I've been like, fly me out to your place, Swanson, and I want to come look under the hood and show. And I want to see how this is. And I think we have some playful back and forth with it. And I have nothing but respect for John. But dude, us, anyone, me, John, you, Mo, whatever, we all have differences is the only reason there's ever going to be anything in this fucking world. And then having conversations with it, I think either pulls you together or maybe it further separates. But either way, it's all positive energy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As long as you can argue like an adult.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what we talked about.
We'll talk about that too.
Conflict doesn't have to be confrontational. And that's what people get it twisted.
It doesn't.
That's where people get it
and
twisted.
embrace it.
Yep.
Like just because I'm saying I don't agree with how you run the gym or this, that, and the other thing doesn't mean I'm angry with it.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, like, no, I don't agree. But again, mazel tov. Like, if you're happy, like run with it. Who am I? Like, you're not stepping on my dick. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm to reiterate your voice. Find the people in your life that you have more disagreements with, your mother, the gym owner down the street, a member, an employee, and talk it out. Like, there's nothing, as long as you can be an adult about it, there's really nothing negative. Only good can come out of that.
Absolutely.
No, and I agree. I think you either A, you know where you stand with that person, or B, you start working together and get stuff done that you wouldn't have been able to do anyways. And that's where I am. Like, when I confront someone, I'm not being a dick. It's like, hey, what's up? Like, can we talk about this? So we're either going to get through it together, or I'm going to know where you stand and I stand at the end of this conversation.
It's always cool to get back. I don't get back to Cleveland as often as I want, but it's always cool to fuck with people from Ohio.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
God love the Midwest.
So before we shut things down here, again, I want to thank you for your time. But one of the things we ask our guests to do on the One More Rep podcast is to do 3 rounds for time. And that's where I ask you 3 questions, and you just fire off as fast as you can. All right, you ready?
I got you.
All right, question 1. What keeps you up at night? What are some fears or concerns that you have?
The rebranding process we're going through. That's probably got the most fear because that's the unknown for me, but that's the thing that also is the most exciting thing to me right now.
Okay. What's something you want to be remembered for when you're gone?
I want to be known as, again, on this rebranding, here's real quick, and I know this is not as fast as you probably want. I want to be the guy that I think Urban Movement's going to bridge the gap between Orange Theory and CrossFit.
Okay. And what's something you would do to change the world?
Something I would do to change the world.
Or just any change you would make in the world.
Yeah, I you know what, it's that pay it forward thing. I think if every single day you could literally, like, if I could just retrack one day, whether you made money, lost money, this, that, or anything, but if you could just think of one thing selflessly you did for one person out of the course of a year, 365 times your duration of your life, one selfless act that just, whether it's gave that bum $5 as you're driving the highway that had a hitchhiker's thumb out, or you just made it, you text someone you haven't seen in a while, and maybe you had a bad relationship, it broke up badly, and just text them and said, hey, just thinking of you, hope you're doing well. Like, just one little fucking selfless thing, 365 of those times the duration of your life, you're probably not going to hell. Or you could be me and you're still going to go to fucking hell.
Hey, bro, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
I hope they have beer. Well, anything else you want to leave our listeners with as we get ready to shut it down here?
No, man. No, I think anybody who is, if you're in a gym, if you're a client of Brody's, or you're anyone who, whatever, look at your gym owners through different lenses. I really do believe, like, you don't understand the amount of work and effort and sacrifice that goes in this and how much love they have for it. Like my old location, like, I mean, like, there are times when I'm in the gym by myself and I'll get choked up. There's nothing I love more than what I've built, and what I built lives through the people that come in and out of those doors. Now, I don't get romantic about again, whether they come in or out. That's what I don't get romantic about. But I do get romantic about the fact that for a moment in their life, I was a person. I was a thing.
Yeah. Like,
how many people in your gyms right now, like, you're one of the more important people in their lives. They see you every day. They might see you more than they see their mother.
Right.
Yeah.
So for those of you guys that are listening that are, clients of a gym, or you're looking to open one day, realize that the gym owners, they truly have nothing but love for you. They truly do. And a lot of times it's hard and we can't see the forest from the trees. And then for any of you guys that are opening gyms, you currently have a gym, get outside of it. I'm telling you, the answers to you being around in 20 years and being relevant in 20 years don't exist inside your 4 walls. They do not exist inside the CrossFit Affiliate Owners Forum. You need to get and actually understand the market and the industry. Go and fuck with everything that's not CrossFit. It'll give you a better perspective of how to make your CrossFit better.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely, guys.
Really appreciate all your content. I'll be a lifetime subscriber and listener to everything you throw out there. Oh, yeah. What size shirt do you wear?
Large.
Okay, we got you. We don't have any One More Rep gear, but I'll send you a shirt from my box.
Fucking A, man. That'd be great. I really appreciate it.
I don't even get shirts.
Awesome. You don't get reviews. You don't get fucking shirts.
What do I get? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I think I can piggyback on what Stu said. There's the amount of hours you put in. It's a lot. Now, there's a lot I still do that, that as a business, I could easily pass off and start trying to do less, I guess. I love being attached to it. I'll never stop training classes. It's something it's my huge passion of mine. But I still have my moments where I just, like he said, you just sit there and you kind of take it in. I've sat here in the gym alone earlier before people get here or after, and I look at all the stuff that's hanging on the walls, and I have a memory for literally everything that's in here, and that, people come and go, and it sucks. That's the hardest part of this business for me, is I get very attached to people, but it is part of it, but their memories will always last with me. And I hope that, like Stu said, that the time that they have here, they've enjoyed it, and I've hopefully impacted them slightly in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, same here as a coach. Not an owner, but Brony keeps prodding.
He's going to own one, Stu. You're going to have a new client. I'm telling you.
Can you tell our listeners where they can find you on social?
Yeah, guys, you can at surprisingly, this domain wasn't taken. WTFGymtalk.com, at WTF Gymtalk on fucking everything, and DM me on Facebook, call me on the cool little messenger Mark Zuckerberg phone. That's my favorite thing. Someone comments on a post and they're like, fuck this guy, I'm bringing my dog in the gym. I'll call him on the Zuckerberg phone. If you go in the messenger, you just hit the call button and they're like, holy shit, I love it.
Yeah.
But no, reach out to me anytime, questions, night, day, doesn't matter.
I'll give you guys this. Guys, I hit up Stu real quick. I hit him up just randomly. I seen one of his videos and I was like, man, I'm gonna question him on it. And then we got in this. He was giving me some advice, obviously not to the extent he can, but he answered my message as busy as he is. And I tell you, send him a message and I guarantee he'll get back to you. Don't think that he won't, and he won't write you off just because he's busy. He'll get with you. And it was cool what he told me. It kind of reaffirmed how I felt about my business, that what we're doing is okay. Not everybody has to take it to that level. And that was huge for me personally. And
even for me, just as an everyday athlete, I did message Stu well before I started this podcast, and he responded to me probably within 24 hours with a voice message. So truly appreciate the fact that you're always on the hustle and that you really do care about your community and your audience.
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. It's one of these things where, it's so easy to communicate now. Why not? And again, if you're trying to do one person a day, 365, it's easy. It's very scalable. So thank you guys so much for giving your time and the attention of your audience.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, this has been the One More Rep podcast. I'm Mo, and I'm out. Thank you for listening to the One More Rep podcast. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at One More Rep Podcast, or on Twitter at Can I Get One More, or shoot us an email at canigetonmore@gmail.com. Absolutely.
When I listen to your stuff, oh shit, what did I do, Mo? I just unplugged something.
That was me.
I just unplugged Mo. Mo, you're gone.
I'm good.
No, I listen.
I was in the impression. Do you guys drink during these things?
Yeah. Always. Well,
okay.
Not right now, but typically.
I have my bottle of whiskey ready to go and everything. I was
hey, well, let's crack them open. Go ahead. Here we go. Go ahead.
If you guys
with that, you got to throw like one ice cube in there.
Most Japanese
takes a little bit of the harshness off.
Yeah, this stuff will just go straight, but it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue. Awesome.
Thanks, brother.
Alrighty, guys.
Appreciate it.
I will. Oh, dude, awesome. It's just anytime you want to do it, let me know. We'll jam. Otherwise, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend and take care.
Yeah, I'll send you a polished product before I post it just to make sure you're cool with everything.
Oh, I won't listen to it. Just publish it.
All right, brother. Much love, man.
Take care, guys.
Later.